Hi everyone, my name is Leanne from the Huntley Area Public Library. Today, Susan will be sharing the top 5 mystery and thriller recommendations from our upcoming First Rate Reads newsletter. Starting with number 5.
Number 5, A Dangerous Man by Robert Crace. Joe Pike didn't expect to rescue a woman that day. He went to the bank, same as anyone goes to the bank, and returned to his Jeep. So when Isabel Rowland, the lonely young teller who helped him, steps out of the bank on her way to lunch, Joe is on hand when 2 men abduct her. Joe chases them down, and the 2 men are arrested. But instead of putting the drama to rest, the arrests are only the beginning of the trouble for Joe and Izzy. After posting bail, the 2 abductors are murdered and Izzy disappears. Pike calls on his friend Elvis Cole to help learn the truth. What Elvis uncovers is a twisted family story that involves corporate whistleblowing, huge amounts of cash, the witness relocation program, and a long line of lies. But what of all that did Izzy know? Is she a perpetrator or a victim? And how far will Joe go to find out? Along with physical copies in regular print, large print, and audio, A Dangerous Man is available on the Libby app as an ebook. Number 4, Heaven, My Home by Attica Locke. 9-year-old Levi King knew he should have left for home sooner. Now he's alone in the darkness of vast Caddo Lake in a boat whose motor just died. A sudden noise distracts him and all goes dark. Darren Matthews is trying to emerge from another kind of darkness. After the events of his previous investigation, his marriage is in a precarious state of rebuilding, and his career and reputation lie in the hands of his mother, who's never exactly had his best interests at heart. Now she holds the key to his freedom, and she's not above a little maternal blackmail to press her advantage. An unlikely possibility of rescue arrives in the form of a case down Highway 59, in a small lakeside town where the local economy thrives on nostalgia for antebellum Texas, and some of the era's racial attitudes still thrive as well. Levi's disappearance has links to Darren's last case, and to a wealthy businesswoman, the boy's grandmother, who seems more concerned about the fate of her business than that of her grandson. Darren has to battle centuries-old suspicions and prejudices, as well as threats that have been reignited in the current political climate, as he races to find the boy and to save himself. Along with physical copies in regular print, large print, and audio, Heaven, My Home is available on the Libby app as both an ebook and an e-audiobook. Number 3, The Chestnut Man by Soren Sveistrup. On the first Tuesday in October, Rosa Hartung is returning to her job as Minister for Social Affairs, following a year's leave of absence granted after the dramatic disappearance of her 12-year-old daughter. The same day Rosa returns to Parliament, a young single mother is found brutally murdered at her home in the suburbs of Copenhagen. She's been tortured, and one hand has been cut off. Thulin and Hess arrive at the address to find a figure made of chestnuts hanging from a playhouse nearby. When yet another woman is murdered, this time with both hands cut off, and another chestnut figure is found, Thulin and Hess begin to suspect a connection to the Hartung case. To put an end to the killing spree, the pair, with nothing in common but equally troubled personal lives, realize they will need to put aside their differences in a race against time and a brutal psychopath. Along with physical copies in regular print, large print, and audio, The Chestnut Man is available on both Hoopla and the Libby app as an ebook. Number 2, The Whisper Man by Alex North. After the sudden death of his wife, Tom Kennedy believes a fresh start will help him and his young son Jake heal. A new beginning, a new house, a new town, Featherbank. But the town has a dark past. 20 years ago, a serial killer abducted and murdered 5 residents. Until Frank Carter was finally caught, he was nicknamed the Whisper Man, for he would lure his victims out by whispering at their windows at night. Just as Tom and Jake settle into their new home, a young boy vanishes. His disappearance bears an unnerving resemblance to Frank Carter's crimes, reigniting old rumors that he had an accomplice. Now detectives Amanda Beck and Pete Willis must find the boy before it's too late. And then Jake begins acting strangely. He hears a whispering at his window. Along with physical copies in regular print, large print, and audio, The Whisper Man is available on the Libby app as both an e-book and an e-audiobook. Number 1, winner of the Nobel Prize in Literature, Drive Your Plow Over the Bones of the Dead by Olga Tokarczuk. In a remote Polish village, Janina devotes the dark winter days to studying astrology, translating the poetry of William Blake, and taking care of the summer homes of wealthy Warsaw residents. Her reputation as a crank and a recluse is amplified by her not-so-secret preference for the company of animals over humans. Then a neighbor, Bigfoot, turns up dead. Soon other bodies are discovered in increasingly strange circumstances. As suspicions mount, Janina inserts herself into the investigation, certain that she knows who done it. If only anyone would pay her mind. Deeply satisfying, Drive Your Plow Over the Bones of the Dead is a provocative exploration of the murky borderland between sanity and madness, justice and tradition, autonomy and fate. Whom do we deem sane? It asks. Who is worthy of a voice? Along with physical copies in regular and large print, Drive Your Plow Over the Bones of the Dead is available in the Libby app as both an e-book and an e-audiobook.
If you'd like more recommendations from First Rate Reads, sign up for our newsletter by going to huntleylibrary.org/e-news. Just fill out your name and email, and be sure to check the First Rate Reads box. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to check out huntleylibrary.org for all the great digital content that you have access to with your library card. We hope to be able to see you soon at the library. Take care, everyone.